Well, I think the time has come for me to modify the front panel of this case. So as you can see, I have a NZXT cooler with the radiator right in the front. I got a push-pull configuration. These fans are pushing air through it. These fans are pulling air through it. So it's a push-pull configuration, and unfortunately this does not fit in its current state. So if I try to put this on, it won't fit. I can try to force it, but it just does not fit. So maybe you can see this in the video. You can see where the little screws are hitting. So theoretically, I can just take this off, cut it along this line right here, and stick it on. But I want to go a step further. I can make it fit just like that with no problem. But then the airflow won't be as good, and I won't be able to show off the RGBs in the front or any of that. Basically, maybe you can see this. There's screws right here which allow me to take this plastic cover, or whatever you call it, take it all the way off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this along here, and then this front part I'm going to end up cutting with a design in the front. I had a pretty interesting thought. So from the top of these fans to the bottom of these fans, I want to take the NZXT logo and I want to put like a NZXT. So I did some renders. I'll put those on screen now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. The goal here is going to be cutting this, like I said, cutting the front panel, and then in here I'm gonna put a mesh or a glass or something, so you can also show off the front fans in a way, and it'll be more airflow friendly because now you'll have airflow going through the front. Unless you put glass there, then it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and put mesh so I can show off the fans, but also have it give more airflow, because not for nothing, these cases don't necessarily have the greatest airflow. I mean, they have plenty of airflow through here and stuff, and it works well. It works okay, I can't complain. But the goal for me is just to make it as good as possible. I'm gonna walk you guys through the steps, step by step, of how I did everything. And basically, like I already said, I cut the inside of the little plastic thing on the front cover. I cut it all the way around, as you see here. I honestly can't believe how amazing this turned out. I ended up putting a mesh that I got from my Lian Li PC back there that I wasn't using, and I went ahead and cut it out. As you can see, this is the mesh here. Went ahead and just cut it out best I could. Now, I didn't glue this down yet or anything. It does have magnets, so it's kind of holding on its own, but I didn't I just want it to be semi-permanent, just in case I ever want to change it. I will be using double-sided tape just to tape it down. Now, one thing to keep in mind if you're going to do this project
in case you ever plan on taking the front cover off, obviously before you cut this all out, what you would do is, you know, stick your hand down here and pull. But since there isn't really very much support down here, you want to pull on the edges on the sides, and it will come off just like normal. I'm gonna go ahead and take this cover off just so I can show you in more detail. So there's the mesh. Like I said, I didn't tape it down or anything. There's a magnet along this edge and along the top here, but it's not taped down here. Once I put it on, it does kind of get pushed in by these screws, so it's not a big deal. But as you can imagine, the airflow is absolutely phenomenal in here. Turned out absolutely amazing. This is exactly what I had in mind when I was designing it on the PC. This is precisely what I wanted, and I think it just looks absolutely unique and just stunning. It's definitely, if you want something that screams wow and gets a lot of attention, this is it. So there's the mesh. Like I said, I just cut it out. I will link some of these down in the description just in case you don't have any spare ones. They're fairly cheap. You could buy them and cut them, and like I said, hot glue them down or use double-sided tape or something. So down here there's these little lips, and on this side we didn't know what to do, so I just told my brother to pound them down, and that didn't work out too well, so he ended up taking a CNC machine and just grinding it right off, and that worked out perfectly. There's a few little rough spots like this, but one thing to keep in mind, if you do this project and you have a CNC machinist do this project, you see how rough like this side turned out? That's because we did it, basically he put it down like this and the CNC machine cut it from the back to the front. So the front turned out very smooth, very clean, while the back turned out a bit rough. I haven't really cleaned it up yet because, again, this is more of an ongoing project that I'm working on, but these are the overall final results to the prototype. I think I might end up getting another front cover and trying maybe a different design or something. Like I said, all the links and everything that you might need to get this done yourself, I'll have a blueprint of the front cover. Basically, this whole entire area right here, I pre-measured it with a tape measure, and I put it into a blueprint on the computer, which is the file that I gave my brother so he can base it off of that. If you take that blueprint and just do the edges, if you want, you can cut out, you can cut out pretty much any design within that area, and you will get something similar to this. I chose the NZXT logo just because I think it looks pretty good and it serves its purpose. But yeah, you can design anything. You can have, two, I guess, circles here to show off the fans. You could do a whole, just a square. You might not want to go as low as the T. I just did it this low because when I was designing it on the computer, the T originally came up to like right here, and I didn't feel like that was enough space to show off the fans and the RGBs and the, it's a T. It's not very wide open, so I had to actually edit the T and make it a little bit bigger. Again, all the files will be down in the description. Feel free to download them and use them for your personal build. Feel free to send them to your friends. Now, keep this in mind, this is a DIY project. If you're unsure of what to do, how to do it, and stuff like that, this is just for educational purposes. I don't want you guys ruining your cases for this project. This is just something I wanted to share with you so you could see it and so you could see what the possibilities are. If you do this, be very careful with what you're doing. You don't want to screw up your case and then just throw away money, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. But yeah, overall, this was definitely a success. Super happy the way that it turned out. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Like I said, personally, I think it's amazing, but obviously it might not be everybody's style. I'd like to know your opinion. Was it a good project, and would you like to see more of these type of projects? Let me know. Also, if you like this video and this type of content, I ask that you just give this video a thumbs up, and if you like it even more, feel free to subscribe. It just helps me beat the algorithm and get my videos out there. Again, I really appreciate you guys. Super thankful for each and every one of you and everything you guys do. With all that being said, Thank you guys so very much for watching. My name is V. Peace.